Nigga, this ain't 2K, but the way I'm cutting bitches off, you would think that I was playing with the Clippers. You the type of bitch to make a nigga dick soft. I just wanna check like a strip search, bitch.
Take a bitch bad like repo. Yeah, bring the bitch bad like repo. Ain't gotta fight, got an ego. You ain't got tools, Home Depot.
Had to write a song about how you turn me on. Baby, you're so different than them F-boys that...
So many female artists run with an all-male or mostly male crews that rep labels ranging from hip-hop labels such as Def Jam Records to upstart labels such as Rough Riders in the late 90s. There are several female artists who seem to fall out the sky, gain a taste of fame, only to be dropped from the labels before reaching their full potential. So what happened to all the first unsigned ladies? Honey C, formerly known as Honey Cocaine, a Cambodian Canadian, says her name is a metaphor for sweet and addictive music, with honey representing the sweet part and cocaine representing the addictive part. Honey Cocaine was discovered by Teedra through YouTube, to which she quickly earned the spotlight with her freestyle remix to Rack City.
Get busy, bitch, you should get moving, bro. Just drink a fuck with a boss, so just move along. I ain't waiting for a second, that is too long. You rap zero, swag zero, that is too wrong.
Honey Cocaine's first major appearance with Teedra happened in September 2011 when he released his song Heisman. The chemistry between the two was an instant hit, and Teedra appeared to be the major push behind Honey Cocaine's musical debut, dropping her first mixtape, Fuck Your Feelings, Volume 1. During her last high school semester, Teedra invited Honey Cocaine on a Careless World Tour, sacrificing her high school diploma to pursue her music career. During the tour, things went left for Honey Cocaine. Teedra was on stage performing when a group of those attending the concert began to throw things on stage, which set Teedra off, asking the crowd who done it. It was reported that Teedra and his company were followed by a black Ford sedan as they left the scene. And while en route, the van to which accompanied Teedra and Honey Cocaine was shot, and Honey Cocaine was ultimately shot in the arm but thankfully recovered. After the shooting, Honey Cocaine began to distance herself with Teedra, which she reflected on being shot as traumatizing, and it being a wake-up call that she needed to change her life. Although she discredited the tour incident as being the downfall to distancing herself, Honey Cocaine did cite depression as the main reason for her music departure, as she felt suffocated and lonely in LA and needed to restore her mental health. With the help of Teedra and being affiliated to Last Kings, from either repping the brand or to rapping about being the first lady,
Last Kings, are we bossing? Well, I'm the first queen, is no option, huh? I heard they hating, I don't give a fuck.
Although Teedra never confirmed nor denied ever signing Honey Cocaine revealed years later that she was never really signed to Last King. She stated that after the tour, it was like a domino effect, and because the deal never came up and he was busy with his own music, she felt like they both had to grow apart.
To talk about you and actually Teedra signing with Teedra. I don't know if that's any truth or not, but you guys have been rolling around together for a minute, no?
Yeah.
As far as, we
were rolling,
touring and stuff.
Yeah, we toured. I did like 300 shows with that guy. He taught me a lot, but I never actually signed to him, no.
So you're not signed with him?
No, I'm actually not signed to anybody at all.
Okay.
It's just me and my home team.
So what's the relationship like between you and Teedra right now? You still cool? Because I know I read on MTV a few years ago that I guess you guys had a show and you got shot.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I took a bullet for the team. I did.
God damn.
It could have been anyone else. I'm glad it was me because I'm not
You're
meant to die.
glad it was you.
I'm glad it was me because I don't think anyone else could have taken that bullet. I consider him one of my greatest friends,
We don't keep in contact all the time, but we do check up on each other. I always give him feedback on his music and vice versa.
In 2018, Honey Cocaine released her last mixtape entitled Wildfire. Since then, it's been 4 years since Honey Cocaine released any new music. Although she did hint making a comeback, recently going back in the studio in February, but hasn't been active on her social media regarding any new music releasing anytime soon. Lola Monroe, the Ethiopian descendant, started as a video model. She called herself at the time Angel Lola Love and was in music video like Kanye West's Good Life
The goods, and she got that. I got to look sorry.
and 50 Cent's I Get Money. And of course, Trey Songz's Wonder Woman. At 19 years old, Lola was XXL's Eye Candy of the Year for 2 years straight, modeling on covers of magazines like Smooth, Black Man, King, and Vibe. At 23, Angel Lola Love retired from the video vixen girl and ventured into a new career, and now went by Lola Monroe, dropping her first mixtape, Boss Bitch World, releasing her first single off the mixtape, Diva Getting Money.
I jump up off it, I make it come right back. Had him saying, goddamn, I didn't know it was like that. About to paint the fan, I'm pink, chop the top off and chrome kid. Baddest bitch in this game is what I want and I'm gone.
By the late 2009, blogs tried to ignite a rivalry between Lola Monroe and Nicki Minaj. Lola Monroe earned a lot of recognition from her first mixtape, and Nicki Minaj was rapidly becoming the new golden era for female rap. Fans enjoy comparing and contrasting their rapping styles, overall similar fashion, and question their bodacious bodies.
Lola Monroe, she's the first lady of Taylor Gang, the only chick that raps in Taylor Gang.
Is she like an Iggy Nicki type Taylor Gang member?
She's iller than any female artist I've ever heard in my life.
Tough words.
Yeah, she's so much better than any female because just her lyrical ability. And I know a lot of people say that shit, but she's from DC, and nobody's heard that story before. Nobody's heard that story before from a female. You know what I mean? You've heard like all these other stories and all this other shit, but you haven't heard her yet. So I feel like she's different.
Monroe reveals that her good friend Amber Rose is responsible for linking her and Wiz, who had an admiration for Lola's grind and liked what he saw. So in October 2011, Monroe was announced as Taylor Gang's first lady, releasing her first mixtape, Lipstick and Pistol.
Now it's rockabye bitches. Lights out when I'm rocking my vicious ass to waist ratio. Just that be shipped out in a Casio. Rent on a facio. Ooh la la la.
Lola Monroe, Lipstick and Pistol ultimately did not get released till October 2013. For unknown reasons, which during that time, Lola did become a mother with her firstborn child with rapper, now husband, King Los, which could have been the delay during that time. By 2011, Lola had 4 mixtapes under her belt and was nominated for Best Female Hip Hop Artist at the BET Awards of 2011, but ultimately lost to Nicki Minaj. In September 2013, an interview with XXL, a Taylor Gang executive confirmed that both Lola and in-house producer Cardo were no longer part of the Taylor Gang team. After years of helping building their careers, we did not feel as if the relationship were mutually beneficial. We wish Lola and Cardo the best, but hope they move on their respective directions without affiliating themselves to the Taylor Gang brand or name. Cardo, one of the in-house producers that was let go by Taylor Gang executive producer, was the main producer behind Taylor, Alder Dice, and Wiz 2010 mixtape Kush and OJ. In an interview with XXL, Lola stated there never was a contract and that her being a part of Taylor Gang was more like an affiliation. But the contract was never brought up, nor did it ever make sense for her to sign, leaving both parties not seeing eye to eye.
Our business teams just couldn't see eye to eye. And that's all it was. You know, aside from that, it was, a great experience. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to business, and it just didn't work out. And I felt like that situation wasn't for me, business-wise and contractually. But other than that,
One last question, just surrounding, your affiliation with Taylor Gang and a lot of rumors swirling around it. Is there any way you can just clarify what's going on with you and them?
I mean, you can't get dropped unless you're signed. You know what I mean? Plain and simple, business is business. And you keep it moving during certain circumstances, but at the end of the day, it's all love as far as
Since becoming a mother, Lola hasn't released any new music since the last mixtape. Although her husband King Los did release a recent interview indicating a possible comeback soon.
Why did Lola stop doing music?
I think she just took a pause.
Okay.
She started doing like other businesses, like skincare, but she got new music coming.
Okay, I know. I've been waiting.
But she took a pause when she had Brixton.
Okay.
She took a pause and she about to come with some new shit though. She got some shit that smack.
Right.
Born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana, then later relocating to Los Angeles, California with her mother after her parent divorce, Teedra was exposed to gospel early on. Her mother was once active on the Southern Church Revival circuit, and Teedra, growing up in a gospel household with her mother being a gospel singer, let's just say her interest in music was elsewhere. Teedra's brother introduced her to hip-hop, and her cousin introduced her to artists such as Tina Marie and Angela Wimbush. Having a newfound genre shaped Teedra as the artist she is today. Prior to becoming a recording artist, Teedra worked as an assistant wardrobe stylist alongside her best friend for artists such as Will Smith, Khalees, R. Kelly, No Doubt, and Nivea. Teedra enjoyed being a stylist and thought it was cool and fun at that time. But once she broke her leg on the job, she realized that styling wasn't her calling and that she knew exactly what she really wanted to do. Early on into her music career, Teedra was also writing for notable artists such as Nivea, Christina Milian's hit song Drop It Low, Trina, Mary J. Blige, and Raphael Sadiq. Although she enjoyed getting into the music career, she felt that writing for others hindered to write for herself. And at first the passion was cool until the A&R got involved in the process, telling her what to do and what to expect. And Teedra just wasn't feeling it and had to take a break from it all. In 2004, Teedra released her debut album, Complex Simplicity. Although it didn't make as big of a stir it could have on the charts, her debut album, Complex Simplicity, ranked as one of her best. It failed to chart, as well as failing to break into the mainstream platform because Teedra was signed to an independent company, TVT Records. Their ability to reach wasn't as strong as other major labels. With the lack of promotion and marketing, TVT was undergoing new management, which halted Teedra's sophomore album, Young Lioness, with many pushback, to which eventually TVT Records filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy, leaving Teedra to exit without a plan. Teedra was celebrating her birthday and came home late from having fun and decided to check her Twitter. She checks her DM and saw it was Rick Ross letting her know that he was a fan of hers and wanted to let her know if she was signed. Both parties exchanged numbers, discussing a possible business partnership. In March 2011, Rick Ross announced on Twitter welcoming Teedra to the WMG family. joining just in time for the self-made compilation album released in May 2011. Being the first female artist on an all-male roster, Teedra had a lot to prove. In 2014, Teedra released her first EP entitled Cognac and Conversation, releasing her first lead single titled All I Ever Wanted, co-executive produced by Rick Ross and Raphael Sadiq. After 11 years since releasing Complex Simplicity, Teedra was able to release her sophomore album in August of 2015, but through Sanity Records instead. Teedra left Double MG after she was forced to wait to release her sophomore debut album, though Teedra made it clear that she was never officially signed. It was never an official signing with me and Double MG, Teedra told Singer's Room. Ross seemed cool, and he was courting the situation. I sang on some record, and we continued to court it, but nothing official ever came about. He started saying I was part of Double MG, but it was never solidified. Nothing bad happened, it just never came together. Teedra earned some overdue attention when K Trinata, a Haitian-Canadian producer and DJ, remixed Be Your Girl from her album Complex Simplicity. The Be Your Girl remix blew up immediately, gaining popularity, in which Teedra was a fan of it and definitely loved the remix.
Don't know if you got a girl. Don't mean to disrespect, but on you.
The inspiration behind Be Your Girl, according to Teedra, was written about Nas. Nas was at the time with Khalees, and Teedra stated the song was an open letter to Nas, hoping he would one day want Teedra to be his girl. Although Teedra hasn't released any album, she is actively making new music and recently released her new single, Make Me, recently of last year. Whether these ladies were signed or not, it's clear that they were all mismanaged while navigating their careers. Were all three ladies better off being independent, or were their male counterparts to be the blame? What do y'all think? Sound off on the comments below and let us know.